A living will or medical directive is not a will that distributes your property when you die. Instead, it is a document that explains what medical care you wish to receive if you are incapacitated. Research suggests that only 25% of Americans have a living will, and even those who have a living will often change their minds about what it should say. Not only is it beneficial to have a living will, but it is important to update it regularly. We decided to interview people on East Carolina University's campus to see if they had a living will. We asked them 3 questions.
Excuse me, sir. Do you mind if I borrow some of your time? If I ask you 3 simple, painless questions.
Sure.
Do you have a living will? Do either of you have a living will? Do you have a living will?
No, I do not.
Who here has a living will? Do you have a living will?
What?
A living will. I have like one that I told my friends, like I want all my clothes burned because I don't want anybody else to wear my clothes.
Do any of you have a living will?
No.
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 No, I don't.
No, I do not.
Not that I can recall. No.
Should make one.
No.
Do you have a living will?
No.
And may I ask why? May I ask why? Why is that?
I hadn't thought about it. Yeah, it hasn't crossed my mind.
I don't like thinking about it dying.
Yeah, that is not.
Well, it has like in our society, it has like a negative, like, edge to it.
Just haven't taken the time to do it.
Because I'm 14.
You know, good point. May I ask why?
I don't expect to die anytime soon.
Why is that? Right, okay. Okay. Haven't gotten to it, don't want to think about it. Not planning on dying soon.
Because I'm too lazy to do it.
I haven't really spent the time to make one.
Hypothetically speaking, if you are on your deathbed, just to prepare you, would you want to have the plug pulled?
Absolutely.
I would.
You would?
She would.
So, like, if it's your time to go, you're gonna go.
Honestly, it would kind of depend for how long. I wouldn't want to have my family pay that much money to just keep me alive for years and years. But if I was like gone, I would probably, maybe just give me a little bit, just in case a miracle happens, and I'm like, hey, what's up?
For a while.
Yeah, for a while.
For a little bit, and then if it's like after a while, then just plug. Like if I'm a vegetable for 10 years. Yeah.
Actually, yeah. Because I wouldn't want to suffer and sit there.
Would you want the plug pulled?
Depends if I have a chance or not.
Okay.
It depends on the situation.
Well, if it comes to that point, my wife and kids already know exactly what I want. To make that decision, so I'll go ahead and make it for them, and that's costing more money on them.
Right.
Yeah.
Go ahead and pull it and let me do it.
Thank you so very much for your time. Thanks, you brought up some excellent points, and I really appreciate your time. Thank you so much for your time.
Okay, you're welcome, man.
I'm sorry that was kind of discussing topic,
Nearly 70% of Americans die in a hospital, nursing home, or long-term care facility. 7 out of 10 Americans say they would prefer to die at home. Even when patients have an advance directive, physicians are often unaware of their patients' preferences. One large-scale study found that only 25% of physicians knew that their patients had advance directives on file. One large-scale study of cancer patients found that costs were about a third less for patients who had end-of-life discussions than those who didn't. Surveys show that a third of Americans say they've had to make end-of-life decisions for a loved one. Of the roughly 40 people we interviewed, only 1 had a living will.
So Tim, do you have a living will?
I actually do.
Hey, high five.